Hey all, so viewer asked me to give my thoughts on the new 629 Smith & Wesson mountain gun. Let's get into it. Now, if you like this content, like, sub, shares, all that good stuff, really appreciate it. Also down below, coupon codes and merch to help us support the channel. So what are we talking about today? So Smith & Wesson at SHOT Show announced that there will be a Lipsies exclusive production run of the Smith & Wesson 629 mountain gun, and then they're going to do I believe it's the 686 mountain gun. Now the 629 is, 6-shot 44 Magnum, 4-inch tapered barrel, where the 686 is a 7-shot 4-inch tapered barrel 357 Magnum. I want to mainly focus on the 629 because, as many viewers know, I'm a big fan of 44 Magnum, although 357 Magnum's cool too, but that's what I got asked about, and that's what I know the best. What are my thoughts? Now, I'm going to make this one statement and then move on and, go to the actual video, because I say this all the time. Modern Smith & Wesson quality control is not what it used to be, and because of that, I really hesitate buying any modern Smith & Wesson revolver due to that quality control issue. Yes, their semi-automatics and stuff have better quality control, but at their core, the revolvers really seem to be, lackluster. Moving forward from that, I think the mountain guns are kind of neat, but I'm really torn on them, and I have a very lukewarm reception to them because one of the big things about the mountain gun is the tapered barrel and the round butt frame is supposed to make them a little bit lighter. Now, don't quote me on this, but I believe the mountain gun is like 39 ounces and some change, whereas the standard 629 4-inch full profile barrel is, I think, 42 ounces and some change. Don't quote me on that. So you're saving basically like 2 ounces and some change. That's not nothing, but that's not world ending, especially considering you have stuff like the 329, which is a 26 ounce 4-inch 44 Magnum that really, can overall be, if you really want to go lightweight, that's going to be the gun you get. Again, still suffering from the issues with modern quality control, but if you really want lightweight, that's where it's at. So I think it's neat, but I really don't think that the hype is, all in all justified, as cool as they are. Because one of the things I did, and I looked at, as people know, I like to carry 44 mag, from time to time, sometimes all the time. And I really looked at the mountain guns as, basically a gun to carry. And when you go into old forum posts, again, I have not personally shot the gun, but this is, forum posts from back in the day, and when I say back in the day, it was like the, 90s and whatever, back when you could get these guns. You really hear people talking about the fact that while it's a neat concept, the couple ounce savings in the holster is barely noticeable, but the couple ounce savings when shooting the gun, because most of the weight savings is out front on the barrel, it can definitely be noticed in recoil. Now, not world ending, but, more recoil is never a good thing. So after reading some articles and some old forum posts, it kind of made me realize that maybe reason Smith & Wesson stopped producing the mountain gun was because maybe it wasn't the most popular gun in the world. Still neat though, and again, I don't think it's a bad gun. I just think that the couple ounce savings maybe isn't world ending or game changing. And actually, it's funny because after doing some research, I think I found a better alternative to the mountain gun, something that interested me, and I actually was able to finally track one down after basically an extensive search. I think would actually be a really nice addition to the current production line would be the 3-inch 629, because at the end of the day, while it's only about a 2-inch and some change savings of weight for the 4-inch mountain gun versus standard, the 4-inch mountain gun and the 3-inch full profile barrel 629 is actually about the same weight. I think it's less than an ounce difference, maybe less than a quarter ounce difference. So that for me, I think at the end of the day, the 3-inch 629, I'd like to see them produce the 3-inch 629 without a lock, because I think you could really get some people interested in that, because the 3-inch guns always seem to be, kind of sought after and are quite hard to difficult if you want a pre-lock version, which it took me, basically over a year, almost 2 years to track one down, which I finally was able to. but that's something I wouldn't mind seeing them produce. Because for me, if you're going to carry a 44 Magnum, the 4-inch guns, which, are definitely, it seems to usually be the shortest barrel length unless you go to like the 2-inch and the 3-inch. And, the 2-inch you can basically, as far as I know, only get in modern production, where the 3-inch, there was limited runs of. The 3-inch offers one big benefit, and that is an inch less barrel to try and conceal. 3-inch guns, when it comes to revolvers, are kind of considered the sweet spot of what is still carryable, but not quite, snub nose, 2-inch, inch and a half, whatever barrel. So you get a little bit more energy out of the round, a little bit less recoil, but it's still fairly concealable. So my thoughts on the mountain gun, I really like the grips. It really looks like they kind of did the old Coke bottle profile with the palm swell, which, in my experience, some of the most comfortable revolver grips are the new, the Hogue grips, which have, the full-on palm swell. So I would imagine they are quite comfortable in the hand. It's a shame because they're wood, and while they're beautiful, wood with 44 Magnum, man, it just isn't a fun day at the end. Like, I've shot a lot of 44 Magnum, and I've got a couple, like, non-rubber grips on different guns, wood and G10. And I just find myself at the end of the day, as ugly as the rubber grips are, I put rubber grips on my 44 Magnums for the most part, except for a couple that have G10, just because it's more comfortable and you'll end up shooting it faster, better, and you won't have a numb hand by the time you go home. So that's my thoughts. I really think the mountain guns are neat. I think that I'm sure they'll be very popular. And who knows, maybe I'll check one out myself. Maybe if I, get a chance to really handle them and mess with them, maybe it's something that I'm like, you know what, I need one of these. But for my 2 cents, honestly, they're neat, but I'd prefer to see more 3-inch options for the 44 Magnum, the Model 29s, than the 4-inch, just because I think at the end of the day, the 3-inch option, if you're going to conceal carry, even if you're going to have it, for in the woods or whatever, a mountain, in the mountains, I think the 3-inch gun packs a little bit easier. It'd be cool to see them do, maybe do a 3-inch, kind of like a carry comp model or something where, they do a 3-inch ported barrel. That'd definitely be something kind of cool. But put down below, what do you think of the new 629 mountain gun? Did you ever have one? Are they cool? Is the hype, is it, overhyped? But put down below what you think, and have a good day.